enjoy the fun, chatting with interesting people while styling while we run. It's Kickin in Crocs. We're kicking in Crocs.
Kickin in Crocs.
Hello and welcome to Kickin in Crocs, the podcast, where we talk about martial arts stuff, geeky stuff, and Dave has more fun with the baby's toys than the baby does.
It's our new sound system. I love it. Our sound box. We need
Don't you shut
that off.
to the audio
That is the
listeners,
greatest thing
I hope
ever.
that was loud enough for the mic to pick
Yeah,
up.
no, I hope so. My son has a little DJ booth.
His little DJ set here. Yeah, let's hold it up for the camera to
so
see here.
it's fun to play with.
Here. If you guys are listening on audio only, sorry, you're going to have to go over to the YouTube video to see what it looks like.
It
But it's got a
looks
little bunny
like-
rabbit with headphones on it. And
Yeah.
The
really
rabbit
funny.
is like tending the farm.
I call
and all
him-
the different farm pieces.
I call him,
instruments.
DJ DECCY. That's what I call him when he's on it.
Decky Z.
DJ Decky Z.
Decky Z.
How often do you let him play with it?
Oh, he
versus
plays.
You playing with
Well,
it?
no. Actually,
Right,
he
he's the one
plays
that
it. He
uses
likes
those
to
eyes.
roll the ball, and he does it with his middle finger, of course. So he
course.
likes to roll the ball, and he likes to move the carrot.
And the radish.
The
I
one
like
sounds
that.
like the Mario
Nice.
sound.
And
Doesn't
he
that sound
does.
like
He
the Mario
does.
sound?
Yes, it
It
does.
does.
And he does do the wow, wow, wow.
Yep.
He'll hit that, and it reminds me of Scott because Scott loves that sound.
That's like the best
Yeah.
sound
Anyways,
ever.
my name is Steve, one half of Kickin' the Crocs.
I'm Dave, the other half of Kickin the Crocs.
And I am Nick, the shadow half of Kickin' in Crocs. Nice.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I think this needs to be something that stays from now on. honestly. Well,
Yeah. I feel this in the future.
Declan's gonna be 17. I'm still gonna have this thing.
he's going to be out here like
molded.
He's like, Dad, can we upgrade to an actual
DJ
no,
set.
using
Yeah,
this
yeah,
one.
yeah.
He's gonna show me. What if he is a paid DJ, but he still shows up with this, and that's his claim to fame?
That would
Like
actually
he
be
attaches
insane.
it to the bigger
Right,
set.
like that's like his big like.
That would be crazy, actually, if he did
Oh
that.
my God! I'm gonna plant
Do
that
it.
in his head. Like every day, I'm just gonna walk up. to
Subliminal
his ear.
messaging.
You have his future in mind already.
Right.
See, I like it. Listen, as a
No,
dad,
I do.
you start early.
I do once a day though. When we're chilling in the house, you know the country music song "Humble and Kind." It's just a list of rules. So I'll play that at least once a day, just to sink it into his head.
I like it. That's cool.
Pay attention to this song, young man.
This is
And
where
yet he
your future
terrorizes
is.
2.5-year-olds for some
Yes, he
reason.
does. So, how was your week, everybody?
We're going to gloss over that real quick. Yeah. Week
you
was
like-
good.
Would you like to tell
Busy.
everybody how your son is a bully?
Moving on.
Every kid has that moment. No, they don't.
Yep.
So,
So just we'll leave it at this. Dave is going to have to do some disciplining a lot when he gets older.
yeah. No, so we went to the aquarium. We did.
Which one?
Jenkinson's Aquarium on
Cool.
Jenkinson's Boardwalk. So some of Kelsey's friends came down from the city. Prachi and I always say his name wrong, but Sanket.
You got it.
Close enough, Sanket.
We got you.
So
landed that
he's never been to Jenkinson's Boardwalk. He hasn't done the Jersey Shore thing, and so we met up with them because they weren't able to come to Declan's birthday party. So we met up with them. We met up with Kelsey's friend Becky, who has a 2.5-year-old named Isaac. And they've met on occasion here and there. We went to Isaac's birthday party when he was 2, and they made an appearance at Declan's birthday party. So whatever, we're at the aquarium, and Declan was just a stubborn guy at the aquarium. He just wanted to play in the one step that was on the aquarium.
Up the step,
And
down
then,
the
like,
step, up the
you know,
step,
he's
down
so
the step.
full. He's got my stubborn streak and Kelsey's stubborn streak combined.
So
like,
a lot of stubbornness.
and when he gets locked into something, he gets locked in. So all he wanted to do was play in the step. And then Isaac ran by. Now, Isaac is a little more timid in personality, just a timid guy. And so Declan pushes him in the leg first because kid's walking, just to kind of get his attention to say hi. And then, so Isaac kind of looks at him, and Declan reaches up and grabs his shirt by the lapel and starts pulling, just like, hey, you come talk to me.
Yeah, he's like, I'm pulling myself up or you
And
down.
then Isaac kind of pulled away, like, hey, don't touch my shirt, you know. And then he grabbed his shorts and started pulling and almost pulled him down. And Isaac, like, pulled him up and then ran. And then anytime Declan came near him, he would go to his mom and, like, up. ass to get booked
Oh,
up. I'm like,
no.
oh, my son's traumatizing 2.5-year-olds already.
He's an attention
going
guy.
well.
He wants attention. He's like, come on, hang out with me.
Although
Or-
several days
I
later,
get that.
Kelsey's parents' neighbor, who they like look after every now and then, she turned 90, so it was a 90-year-old birthday party.
Wow.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
it's
great.
crazy.
So
That's great.
yeah, her name's Faye. Faye's cool people. Faye turned 90, right, Kels? 90? We're gonna say 90. 90.
90.
And, so there was one of the other neighbor kids was there who's like a 2-year-old, but this kid's like a bruiser like Declan. So they were like toe to toe, like running down the hall, screaming at each other, right? So Declan needs strong personalities
Yeah,
around
wait,
him.
hold on. There's no talking to Kelsey today. She
that's right, yeah.
she
She does
declined
not
the
have-
extra mic.
There's no microphone. Yep.
She
Nope.
declined. Listen,
Although popular consensus is we like hearing your voice, but they don't want a
They don't
big
want to see
reveal.
your face.
They like keep her a shadow, a mystery.
it's nice. Everybody likes a good mystery. They do. They like a good mystery.
Didn't pick that up. So the microphone needs to be there. Yeah.
Oh, we're going into full tune now. Just add a song behind it so when he's dancing, you have a song. Just don't get copyright thrown down.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get copyrighted.
Copyrighted? No.
No. I'm saying if you overlaid a song.
Oh
while he
no, I
was
won't
dancing.
have to. I won't have to. I just pulled the microphone up to it, so it should be
Anyway,
up there.
so we'll work on that. He needs strong personalities around him.
Luckily, he has a few of them.
Steve was having a rough day because apparently his name is after some guy that didn't make it in the religious realm.
Yes. Oh, so
So-
before this podcast began, somehow we got on the topic of where our names came from.
Mine was from King David, the wisest and most powerful person in the Bible that took down Goliath. Forget everybody else in the Bible.
And I don't want to say that mine is so good that it's still celebrated today, but I do bring gifts to everyone. So I'm just saying.
Hi, my name's Steven. My namesake got stoned to death.
Yes, he basically liked the old pufferoo.
No.
Shared a message.
Shush. This is kid friendly.
Shared. Well, you're saying he's getting stoned. I'm trying to
That's-
lighten it up a little. He had a conversation with a
Anyways.
group of people about the the good Lord. They didn't like it. He got depressed and got a little happy. That's a great effect. I got stoned. Woohoo! We
Yeah.
need to edit Mario Brothers effects into that thing.
So anyway,
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So yeah, that's where all our names came from. And by the way,
So-
King David was not the wisest out of all the kings.
The wisest.
wisest.
I believe it was the
He
wisest.
was not the
I
wisest.
believe.
The wisest was King Solomon. But
no,
we'll move on.
no.
We'll move
Listen,
on. From
King
that.
Solomon was a shyster, swindler.
Listen, all I know
Solomon was
is
David's
all I
son.
know is Shazam is supposed to have the wisdom of
Solomon.
of Solomon, and it got him nowhere. He still talks like a little kid. So
might be
that
because
was
he's-
his-
Well, who
stuck
was
in a little
who is
kid's
who is
body,
Solomon's
so-
father?
David was Solomon's father.
And we all know wisdom is passed on.
exactly. See,
Anyway, moving on.
That's not how it works.
that was
at all.
a nice small
It's not how it
interlude
went
of discussion. That's
at all.
exactly how. It
So
went.
there was-
Comment down below where your names came from.
Yes, I'm a big.
So there were
fan
good
of
fights
name
on last week?
histories. I
There
know,
were
and
good
I
fights
didn't
on
see
last
this
week.
again, so-
We had a
Didn't see him
black belt
again.
test last week.
We had a
Before
black
you
belt
guys
test.
disowned me, we had a black
Yeah,
belt test. we had
congratulations.
fights.
You were promoted. Steve is promoted to the
Oh.
degree of 3.
Yes. But, here we go.
Nick is now 4th degree, earning the rank of master.
Thank you, thank you.
This is getting fun.
I love
And-
this thing.
I remain the same.
That worked out great.
But and then also Rob and Mike were promoted. So
There
yeah.
you go. Very nice.
So all
And Emily as sensei.
and Emily is
I need
sensei.
to know what the red button does. Okay,
Yay,
yay.
it works.
And then people passed their black belt test. The kids that were going for 1st degree, and
And they did a good
they
job.
did it. It was a pretty
nice,
good test. It was a good showing.
nice performance. I think everybody kicked it up and did what they needed to do.
So here's what we could talk about
was
then.
happy
This
to
is a good
see
little
that.
topic to talk about. What are some things that we look for on a black belt test? Because we do have some parents that that listen that do have their kids in our program. So not all of them are taking black belt tests yet. So what do we look for in black belt tests? What are we looking for exactly?
I mean, you know what? I think it's whenever you're reaching the higher levels of your initial goals in any athletics, I think, right? You're looking for areas of understanding, of control, right? Of discipline, good habits, right? All of these things have to be shown at a much higher level, right? By the time you go for this black belt test, right? Can you discipline yourself to stay physically in good shape? Are you eating right? Are you mentally prepared for what's going to be in front of you? Can you handle yourself the same way I just mentioned in a stressful situation?
Yeah.
I mean, I think
one of the big questions we always ask is, can you defend yourself quickly and easily? So when it comes to doing the
There it is.
self-defense moves, can you defend yourself quickly and easily? Can you execute the techniques?
I took the long route to that.
You took the long route to that. Also, just general expertise in the techniques that you're supposed to be able to do. You have to execute it. The big thing is you have to have a little bit of self-motivation. You have to put on a show for us.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's interesting. I was just reading somebody posted in one of the karate forums. I look at, what's the age that somebody should be allowed to get their first dan. And you have people like, not till they're 16, not till they're 18.
Well,
you can't be a real black belt if you're this or if you're that. And I'm like, it's such an old school
approach.
Very old school viewpoint.
Where it's like, if all you mean is that it's a physical, can you hurt an adult? Then okay, you can't be a black belt until
you're an adult. But listen, there are 16-year-olds that can get mopped by a 40 or 30-year-old. It doesn't mean they don't deserve to be a black belt, because a black belt isn't how bad can you knock someone down or
there are some very talented kids,
absolutely,
and they will grow to be fantastic martial artists when they're a little bit older.
Listen, my own kids are junior. I said they're black belts. They're junior black belts. Yep. I don't expect them to go to take on an adult, but they can handle themselves within their own circle.
Yeah, and I think a lot of when I read that stuff too, I think a lot of them are like in the delusional days of
like this is still the old times.
My favorite is when they're like, well, they couldn't beat me up. Oh, kick their like, relax, buddy.
I would invite any one of them
somewhere.
I would
enjoy
invite
your comment for the moment.
Any of those people that are like traditional martial arts that have comments like that, go to one full contact.
Yeah.
Go to one full contact.
Someone your age.
Event, and you'll see really quickly. Like, you give somebody some training for 7 months and like full contact, they're dangerous, man. They But that was the biggest question.
Yeah, even years.
That was the biggest question I would always get is like, oh, you're a black belt. Could you beat me up? Dude, I don't know. On any given day, I think anybody can get anybody else.
Are my odds higher?
Do I have a better chance?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
but it's the same as someone that does anything. Like if I've been a range shooter for 20 years, I have a higher probability of beating you if we were to go round for round. Could I lose? Sure. Something might happen and I could lose. But you're increasing your chances. That's in anything.
Yeah, I mean, you're increasing
you're never
your chances.
guaranteed, but you increase your chances.
But I mean, human beings, you get punched, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, it could be.
It's, Sensei Seth, you follow Sensei Seth on
do.
YouTube. He just put out a great video with, was it Henner Gracie? I want to say it was Henner Gracie, who runs the Gracie University, their main school there. Mm-hmm. And it was such a fascinating interview he did with them because it was so different than what you would expect from a jiu-jitsu school. Mm-hmm. I mean, I highly recommend everybody watch that interview. I actually shared it with Master Paul, and he sat there and watched it. He was
one of the first ones during COVID to have a virtual curriculum and encouraging other schools to do it. I remember that.
But you got to watch the interview because he talks. It's so different than what you expect from a jiu-jitsu school.
It was honest.
It was very.
I haven't seen it yet. I want to.
It was all about like. So Jesse Enkamp. No, it wasn't Seth. I'm sorry. It was Jesse Enkamp.
I
apologize. I apologize. It was the karate nerd. Seth did just put out another good video too.
Oh, was this the video where he just trained with him and it was titled like trying to
debunk jiu-jitsu? Because he's done that a couple times. So he was.
I've seen him in like.
So Jesse Enkamp. It was Jesse. My apologies. The karate nerd. A great interview though. I shared it with Master Paul. He watched the whole thing, but it was like, so he goes into it like. Trying to say how jiu-jitsu is not for the streets. It's great for competition, but it's not great for self-defense. Mm-hmm. So he goes to take a class, right? and it is entirely self-defense based when he walks in, and so different from what he expected.
This is
And
at
then-
Gracie's Jiu-Jitsu place,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Well, his
And then-
prior experience was those tournaments where it's
And it was
was-
such a
was
fascinating interview. You got to listen to his whole approach on martial arts in general was very interesting, very different from what you would expect from like that environment. So I strongly encourage karate nerd Jesse Enkamp. I believe it's his last video, the one he just put out.
yes,
Most recent.
Yeah, I saw some of it, but not the entire thing. I didn't. And
Oh,
to be
so worth
honest,
it.
yeah,
So worth
I
it.
want to go back and see
A
it.
great watch. But yeah,
That's cool. He's had a couple really
Jesse
big ones
Enkamp puts out
lately.
some really good videos.
Oh
man.
yeah, he's definitely reached another level now. I mean, he's done this funny stuff with Master Ken. He did.
Well, he
the
does. He
thing
does. He's
with-
done stuff with Sensei Seth. He's done stuff with Icy Mike.
Yeah. It's cool seeing him pop up in the
although-
other guy's videos.
He did the
Although-
as,
Steven
like, the
Seagal
expert.
thing, and what's good is regardless of who he's with, he treats everybody
Did you ever?
to like get the best out of that.
Did you ever
experience
see
for
that
them.
guy?
I love it. I love it.
Roca, the guy that does the self-defense competition. He did it with Sensei Seth, and he was the guy that he owned an Aikido school.
I did.
And then he
I
got
did
rid of his
not see
Aikido
that.
school and got into MMA and got into Jiu-Jitsu. He just
Who's the short ball guy? Do you know what I'm talking about? Who tried
that's
that?
Icy Mike.
That's yeah,
Icy
that's-
Mike.
yeah. He's
Yeah.
really good. I like him.
So this guy,
They did the weapons on the fruit
yes,
together. That was
yeah,
fun.
this guy just. So he just jacked his leg up so bad
Aw.
in a jiu-jitsu school because somebody did a scissor takedown, but
That's
in live
dangerous.
roll, which is like the craziest thing to
Yeah,
do.
why would you
And he
do that?
broke his leg in like 3 different places. It was bad.
Ooh.
It was bad.
Wow. Yeah, the
Yeah.
scissor leg it's effective, but it's so dangerous.
It's banned. Not a scissor sweep, a scissor takedown.
Yeah.
I knew what you meant.
It is banned in almost every tournament.
I feel like that and the axe kick. I don't think it has been allowed in any tournament I've ever been in.
I actually allowed in Taekwondo tournaments all the time.
Yeah, for points, right? They do that. They come down on the shoulder, or is it open
No,
too?
no,
Is it
no,
open
no,
also?
Yeah.
So that's the thing in Taekwondo tournaments, you're allowed to have knockouts,
You can.
which is the interesting knockouts with kicks.
Okay.
You're not allowed to knock somebody out with a punch.
That's
as far as I understand the
interesting.
rules. I'm not a Taekwondo guy.
Me neither.
But
Yep.
as far as I understood the rules from all the Olympics that I watch, and that was a big controversy with
What's
the,
no headshots, right? With punches, right? It's
you
all
can't
body
punch
shots.
it. Yeah, correct.
See, he's like, no, I think there is knockouts. He
But
disagrees.
so like that was a controversy with the karate was in the Olympics because remember the second place guy knocked out the first place guy and
Yes.
got
And
disqualified.
so how does he
But
stay
in
in?
Taekwondo, you can have knockouts. So
Okay.
that's even though it's fewer and far between, it does happen.
So, like circling back to the ask, I guess, right, for the black belt requirements. I really just think you have to go out there and prove that
You deserve the
yeah,
rank.
you deserve it. Everything you've done up until now, you know it, you understand it, and you can
mastered the
deliver it
curriculum.
really, really well. It's keeping
Yeah,
it super simple.
And I do honestly still hold to the belief that your most growth happens after you get your black belt.
I agree with
all day.
Yep.
All
Your
day
most growth
long.
happens especially that
100%.
first year.
People
after.
stop
Yep.
at black belt. I'm like, that's the worst. That's
That's
the
the worst
best
time
time
to
to
stop.
move
Yeah,
forward.
yeah.
Because now you've got a very good
Well,
comfort level
the-
of the
the
basics,
best
and you should
quote-
be able to push through
Man,
now.
the best quote I ever
And really
heard
compete.
in regards to that, the best is my personal favorite is a black belt exam. It's not a final exam; it's an entrance exam.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
I love
It's
that.
this exclusive group.
Since I heard that, I'm like, that is like my main.
I had what was it? Black belt's not your ending; it's your beginning, right?
Yeah.
It's similar
Yeah.
concept.
Yeah,
but I like
which
that you
which
ended
I've
that
always
black
I've always
belts
liked
both,
that
yeah.
one. But
and the
it's
one journey to the beginning of another.
not the final exam and entrance exam.
That's a cool one.
That's always
That's a
stuck
cool
with
one.
me after I heard it. I was like, yeah, bye, Melinda.
Goodbye,
Bye,
Melinda. Bye,
Melinda.
James. Oh, you got it. Good. Nice. And that's how you exit a room.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah. So I think that covers. How were the fights last week? So I missed the
Fights
fights
were
last
good,
weekend.
man. You
Right.
jumped
So
out.
who was up? I know.
You had people over after the
Yeah,
black
you know,
belt
he had
test.
some suspicious
well,
cars driving up
and
and
then-
down
oh,
the
yeah, you
road
gotta tell
a
that
little
story,
bit,
too.
Oh yeah. So I really wish I had more of a story to tell.
There's enough for a story.
Well, we had a really after the black belt exam. We had a really felt it was a nice get together. All the guys came by. Nice, no
Party.
Okay, yeah, it was fun.
It was a party.
And we had a good time. And then at the end of the party, people started leaving as normal happens. And as
People do
there
leave
was
parties.
a group of folks.
That's their sleepover parties.
True.
We haven't had one of those yet, though.
Nope.
Yet.
And that won't be at my house. So there was a group.
Oh, I always did that as a
of-
kid.
No.
that was
I
my
have
birthday,
sleepovers.
parties.
I just don't want the adults over my house.
No, I always do. As a kid, I did sleep. I thought about doing for my 40th, which I didn't do, but like a sleepover party like I used to do when I was a kid. Put
Aw.
sleeping bags out on the floor.
That would have been cool. You should
Maybe
have
I'll do
done
it for my 45th.
All right.
Go on.
You
There
should.
you go.
that. You should. You totally should.
So as the last group was leaving, I walked out to the front with them, and there was a suspicious car kind of driving up and down the block. It was slowly swerving away and towards the curb.
Yep.
Lights were on. It would beep, but not like not
beep, beep.
and then stop for
Stop for a second.
a while.
Drove down, did a K-turn, drove back.
Then it would pull behind a car and then
Yeah.
pull back out again, flash its lights on and off. And I'm like, okay,
No
this
good.
doesn't look great at all. And at one point, it pulled behind the car of one of our guests, Rob at the time. So he moved the car up, and I don't know if they thought that was some kind of a symbol for something else. And then they pulled up behind him again. And it was dark. So I'm like, nobody approached the car. We don't know what's going on at this point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I had a neighbor whose house was being attended by a older family member. I didn't, they were home on their own. So I'm like, I'm not going in with this going on until I know it's taken care of. So I ended up calling in law enforcement to just check it out and say, can you guys just verify who this person is and what's going on?
Yeah, like whether or not this person means well or not, we're a little bit concerned.
And they came into town, and luckily one of them was someone that a friend of mine. So was one of the people that showed
Nick
up.
knows everybody.
And it was cool because he was one of the neighbors, so he's very familiar with the area too.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Probably why
the
he
whole
was the
thing
neighbor.
was off, right? We have a new house on the block. The people there are renting, and they could be great. We just haven't met them yet,
Right.
Because they haven't fully moved in, so they're in and out. And I'm like, if this person was looking for that house, you would just stop, pull over, make a phone call,
Yeah.
say, hey, where are you? Or if you don't have a cell phone, you don't swerve up and down the block, right?
Especially
There's more
not at
going
night.
on.
Yeah, this
and,
was kind of
and
weird.
we had Virginia plates.
That's
So
true. It had
now
plates
you
from a
have
different state,
Virginia
yeah.
plates. The person said they were from Jackson. So, okay, you have Virginia plates. So you say you're from Jackson. Where were you? And the police were asking all the right questions. I wasn't involved. They did their thing, but we could hear.
You mean you didn't jump in for the questioning?
I wanted to. So bad.
He did so bad. He really did.
And
Could have
I
put
was
on your
still
hood
there
and
at
been
this
like
point.
Batman.
They
Where
were,
is she?
Yeah, where exactly.
He comes in
They
with his
were-
Batman mask
well,
on.
there was
Where are
already, it was
you?
already what I would have considered like baloney answers to some of the questions. The police officer.
What was he
team
said about the
did
house?
well, they said they were there to get like their haircut, but I have updates to that story though.
Oh, do you now?
So,
Let's hear about it.
So they
were bald.
no, they were clean cut though. So like
Yeah.
haircut really, but they go up to the person because they have to go through all the motions. Even then, they know who lives there, and they say, "Were you giving a haircut?" She's like, "No, I don't give haircuts. I'm watching the house for my kid." So long story short, they took all of his information. They took my information as well, and I say it with quotes because they already have my information. They know I got who I am.
Nick calls the cops at his names all the time, man.
I know them though. I think since I was younger, we've always been friendly with all the police in whatever neighborhood we lived in. At the restaurant, same
Yes, the Italians are always
So
friendly.
Very tight with the police.
I made some calls.
Yes. So they leave. The car stays.
inside,
The car stays, but then backs up and pulls into that driveway of the renter. Gets in and out of the car. So 3 guys come out of the house. He gets out of the car, and then they all go into the garage. Now, here's the added news. Later on that week, my neighbor said during the day she went by and saw someone cutting hair in the living room. So I'm wondering, and this was, listen, if this is the case, I'm going to hesitantly say I'm fine with it. Are they running like an illegal barber shop, which I've seen people do, but they don't want to get caught? I don't care if you are. Like, if that's what it is, God bless. Run a barber shop.
Smuggle?
I don't
Barber shop, man,
care.
as to why he was driving up and down going honk, honk, honk.
How can a
right?
barber
So
shop
none
be
of
illegal?
that
Do you
wa-
need a barber's license to cut hair?
If it's a business, you do. Absolutely.
Really?
Yes, you do. If it's a business, you need license to run a business in a residential
Well,
area.
that's true, yes.
That's what you need. So, but at the end of the day, I
Running
hope.
a business right now. Uh-oh.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I hope that's what it is, versus what it looked like, which was a much more disturbing situation.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
But needless to say, now all of the neighbors' guards are up, and everybody's got eyes on this
That one
house
house,
until we're
yeah.
going to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, that's good.
And
That's
the
not bad.
neighborhood is very close knit, so and there's lots of little kids in the area. We have a new family that moved in, has 3 young kids, and yeah, very nice. Yay! Yeah, I love it. So at this point, we're gonna keep our eyes on what's going on, and I hope that the worst thing that it is an illegal barber shop, because then I might give him some business.
Yeah.
Well, then,
He needs haircuts often. I
so
see.
yes, the
Not
fights
for
were
me.
so the fights are good.
Yeah. So anyway, so that was and the party and everything was good. That happened.
Yeah,
That was a
party went
little
awesome, yeah.
a little stressful.
So
but
then-
after
so
that, we
then-
were fine.
Some of your party came to the fight.
Yeah.
So
Very cool.
Lauren
That
and
was
Rob,
part of it,
Lauren
right?
and Rob
Yeah.
did come to the fight.
Very cool.
And then we had
So I don't count.
Oh yeah, well you're always at the fights. You're just a fixture.
And a fixture's
I
a
was
good
at the
thing.
party though.
Yes.
You were at the party.
When I
Um,
went to the fights.
We're
I got a Snapchat.
there you go. You
So
can't look at Snapchats in the middle of the
I
show.
can do whatever I
It's
want.
true. It's facts. Those are facts. It might have been a good Snapchat. It's not.
The fights were good.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually it was a short night, but here's the thing.
It was
so
pretty short, actually. Yeah.
we wanted fight snacks. So I was
Oh.
like, oh, I can make some dip or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then or popcorn.
Okay.
And then we settled on ordering a pizza.
Oh, we should have popped that popcorn. Oh well. Anyways, continue.
We settled on let's just order. We'll order. The only thing open at that late is Domino's.
Okay. Yeah, we've had that issue a couple times.
So Steve's like, oh, I'm just gonna order. Anybody want anything? Lauren's like, actually, I thought I will have a slice. And then Rob's like, yes, I'll take a
Perfect.
slice.
Perfect.
So-
Perfect.
It sounds just like them.
Yeah, exactly.
Your
So-
impersonations are dead
Yeah,
on. Yeah.
So Steve does his little thing on his phone,
Okay.
and then
And then we wait
we wait
And wait.
and wait
and wait.
and
Has it gotten
wait
here yet?
and wait.
And then
And to this day, the pizza.
the
Yeah, exactly.
the co-main starts.
Oh no.
And
you know the co-main, you're talking 11:30, 12
The
o'clock.
main event starts.
Now we're at 12:30.
It doesn't come till after the first round of the main event. We're like, what the heck?
Who's even delivering that late? Is Pizza
So-
Hut 24/7?
Domino's.
Domino's.
Domino's?
It's not. I don't know if it's 24/7. It might be at this.
'Cause
point.
And the
That's
guy's
late.
like, the lackluster apologist. So I'm the only guy. Like, oh my god, it's Domino's down the street. It's like a minute from my house. I could run there and
are
back.
you saying over an hour?
Oh yeah.
It was
So,
just
it was-
about an
Did you
hour.
order
Just about an
online,
hour.
though?
I did.
So does it tell you if there's a delayed delivery?
No, and the tracker
It-
was all over the place.
Yeah, I think the tracker was glitching that day because it said because
Usually
when
it's
I looked
on.
at it, yeah, usually it's good, usually it's fine, but the tracker was definitely glitching because it said it's 756 minutes away, and I didn't realize that it actually meant that it actually was 756 minutes
Wow.
away. But you can tell where the car is going. The guy was making other deliveries in this area, so okay, I get it, but still. If you only have one delivery driver and you know you're getting this many orders, it's time to hire another delivery driver.
Yeah, it
like,
doesn't
come
mean
on.
they didn't
So
tell
he
you.
did leave an unsatisfied thing.
I did.
And
I
then,
left a review,
You know,
and we-
Don was like, "We're sorry. Take a free pizza on us." And we're like, "Yeah."
And
Well,
I'm like, yeah,
will.
no,
I would
man.
take-
we.
You can take it if you want. I ain't waiting for another delivery from them.
No, but you,
No,
not
I mean,
take
you
it.
keep the
cash
code.
it in later. Yeah,
you cash it in later. You make sure you cash it in.
You order
so
it at 2 in the morning.
next
and
time
you
we-
get it by
the
5
next
in
time we do the
yeah.
fights, you order at 8 p.m. We'll get it by about the main event time.
Yeah. No, we
You
have
know
decided
what?
that from now on we are going to do Wawa.
Well, I'll tell you,
Perfect
it is
timing.
hard to find people to work, even especially.
It's hard to find people to work.
No,
Yeah, I
but
see what
think
you're
about
saying.
it. Delivery work now you have to be able to cover gas, and that's a lot.
Yeah.
So you are and wear and tear in the cars. You're actually seeing guys not want to deliver.
Yep.
I
Because
understand it.
they're like, I'd rather do Lyft or
Yep.
Yeah, like
whatever,
if I'm going to do
you know?
something with my car that's going to do that kind of thing, I might as well work for DoorDash or Uber
Yep.
Eats or Uber.
I can
or
control
Lyft
my
or something.
hours
Right, exactly.
somewhat.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Then I know my revenue.
Some of them might
average.
get paid more.
Well, yeah. So it wasn't a big deal, but it was just But the fights were good. The Kai
Who
Car
was the
France
main
won.
card?
The main event was Israel Adesanya and Dricus Duplessis,
Okay.
and Dricus won. He beat
Current champion.
Israel
Retained.
Adesanya. Actually, it was a pretty good fight.
I I was surprised.
And then he got him. It looked like Israel was going to run away with it. And then towards the later rounds, and then he got clipped, and then went to the ground, and Drickus was able to get the rear naked in.
He got clipped and then made that age-old mistake of like, no, come on.
Instead of like, let me get up.
Yeah.
And then he got clipped again.
No. He was standing. He kind of did like a point to the ground, like Max Holloway-esque, like, let's go.
Come on, man.
And then he got
Caught.
And then,
Caught again.
And then as he dropped, he kind of, as he was sneaking handed for the choke, he clipped him one more time, like punched him to get into the choke.
boy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
It was a good move.
That was it. He sunk the choke in, and Israel tapped. But you know what? It was good camaraderie afterwards. It was good.
Yeah, they were
it was
fine.
good.
It was respectful.
But now, is it me or was Israel on I don't say a losing streak, but he's having a hard time getting.
He's been having a hard time getting back into it. Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, he lost the title to
twice,
Sean Strickland, and he lost this fight.
Okay.
So his last 2 fights, if you want to put it in perspective.
Yeah, he's lost 2 times so
So
far.
not necessarily a losing streak.
No.
Not yet, no.
But they're
And he
good
said
fights,
he said he's not
Good
going
fights.
anywhere. So
There you go. Oh,
Yeah,
good.
no, he's not done yet. He's not done yet.
yeah,
He's
Cool.
young. He's still young.
it was good. And then Kai Kara France was the co-main, and he won pretty quickly.
Oh, really? Knockout?
Knockout, yeah.
Yeah, the fights were pretty quick tonight, though. I don't think any of them went to decision.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of all the fights. There was who else was on that card?
The other fights I weren't too interested in, honestly.
There was 1 or 2 that I was interested in that weren't bad.
I still watch them, obviously. I'm interested in them, but
Was
I shouldn't say
Aspinall on
that.
that one? Tom Aspinall was on that one, wasn't he?
no. No, he was on the one prior.
The one prior. I'm blinding.
That
He
I
was the
also
co-main
wasn't
on the
on.
one prior, yeah.
I
Yeah,
wasn't
you
there
don't come
either.
to the fights anymore.
Well, that's what's throwing you off.
Yeah, you don't
That's what
exist.
throws you off. Listen, the fights are great, but I need to make sure that I can make it home. And sometimes, exactly. Can you teleport me? Is that what that was? You'll teleport me home? See, yes, that's the right answer. Nice. I appreciate that. Correct answer. As he's still getting used to the sound effects.
We're having too much fun with this
Yeah,
here.
I like this thing a lot. Yeah, no, it's. I have to get back into the fight thing. It's just.
You're an old bandit. You fall asleep
I
at
am.
night. I know.
I'm asleep now, and this is an interesting conversation. I'm still asleep.
Oh,
You know,
God.
I'm too warm. I think I should have
Comment
worn
below
shorts
if you're
and shirt.
asleep as well.
Not if they're driving. Don't be asleep if
Well,
you're
I don't
driving.
think
Wake
Anthony
up.
Botts is asleep.
Everybody
He's
wake
driving.
up. Let's go. Don't swerve off the road. Anthony Watts. Don't swerve off the road.
So
Oh, my
yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your future as a DJ.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
I did Crocs. I showed him the other day. I showed the Mellow Ease the other day.
You did.
Man, I got a gift card from way back at my birthday.
Okay.
And I'm tempted to go to the outlets and get those.
If you do, let us know.
Okay.
We must film it.
I'm looking. I'm not. Now you have me with the hey dudes. I am checking them out. I want a pair. I am
Owned by
really
Crocs,
like.
man.
I know.
They're owned by
They'll
Crocs.
count- they'll count as
liking-
Crocs.
and
We should
I'm
do a
liking the
video of
design.
us kicking in those just to.
I mean, they're owned by the Crocs Corporation.
I'm gonna have to get my first pair and try it. You know, similar to the Crocs. Like, what's my size in this style shoe? But I think like Kohl's or something has them in location.
Oh, probably.
so,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna go and just try them on there, and then order them through Amazon where the prices are better and they have a good selection. Because I already have a pair that I want already. I know what I want.
Online shopping, folks.
That's it. They're ruining the local retail business, one purchase at a time or multiple, but it's too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm
Well,
gonna
that's where
definitely
it
take a look at it.
That's where it's at. Online. We got to do it
Listen,
online.
Bezos said he's going to retire soon, which is crazy. I can't believe he's going to retire
is
so
insane.
early.
Jeff
the
Bezos
guy
retiring?
barely has money.
I don't
Yeah.
see that happening.
What's he gonna do for the rest of his life?
I know, with only a couple $1 billion to his name. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you imagine though? It started with an online bookstore.
Yep.
This insane
I
conglomerate.
remember when it was a bookstore.
Yeah.
'Cause
And
we're old, and
And
we
they're like,
remember
oh,
that.
is it gonna take over Barnes and Nobles? That was the big fear then. Are they gonna put out, the
Oh, there
local
used to be.
bookstores,
There
whatever?
used to be
Location.
bookstores
Small
though.
ones.
Like the mall. Remember the mall
Yep.
always had a bookstore in it.
Yep.
It was what was the bookstores in the mall? Wasn't Barnes and Noble?
No.
B Dalton? Was it B Dalton?
Comment below if you know what the bookstores
Hey,
in the mall
Kels,
were.
B Dalton Books. Oh man. Yeah, no, B
She's
Dalton
young
was at
like
Ocean
me.
County Mall.
Okay. I don't think there was like a set name for the bookstores other than
It was probably just the such and such mall bookstore. You know?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna find out.
Okay.
there might have been other
we have a
chains.
computer in
There
our
might
That's why
have
we
been other
have
chains.
devices to look up these answers.
But I mean,
But still, if comment please if you know the
it's
answer.
yeah, it's definitely crazy how they went from
B Dalton Bookstore.
I believe you. How they went from
B was
that,
an American retail bookstore chain founded in 1966 by
Still
Bruce
open?
Dayton.
Let's see.
Yes, they're
Acquired
still in business.
Walden Books, which I remember as well.
That I do remember. Yes,
B. Dalton
Walden Books, I remember.
competed primarily with Walden Books. Barnes Noble acquired the chain from Dayton's in 1987 and continued to operate it until late 2009.
So they are no longer
they're
around.
gone.
Barnes and Noble is the only one that you'll run into often now, and even they're closing down locations. Now the
know,
one
it's so sad.
near the school is still open in Brick.
The Brick Plaza one. yeah.
Oh, that one's still very popular. But they're mostly kept in business by their cafes, by their...
Is that it? I never
I mean,
looked at
that's
the
I think that's a lot
stream.
where their
Well,
revenue
the
comes
one
from.
near me closed down, and that was I love that one. But the thing is, the building,
The big one. That's a
Yes.
furniture store now.
Yep.
Strangely.
Yeah.
But there's another one not far down the road by the Freehold Mall.
In the Freehold, like near the in the
Mike Shannon-
complex.
Across from the
Mall.
Freehold Mall.
Oh, in that other Freehold Mall complex, but it's not the mall. Yeah.
Mike Shannon's cousin is convinced that furniture stores are all fronts. He's like, there's too many of them. Like,
Yeah.
why are they so big? He's like,
How are
"There's
they
too
still
many of them."
selling? Who's buying all that furniture?
He's like, why? Like, there's too many of them. There's so many. He's like, there's no reason for there to be
Well,
so many.
I think the next so Dick's Sporting Goods, which is no surprise, they're going to move out of that huge location in Freehold.
Oh, yeah, I'm
They're
sure.
moving into the mall, I believe.
Oh, into the mall. The one in
yeah.
Brick is still going.
I'm shocked that
The
Sporting Goods...
locations are too big.
The one
I'm
in
so
Brick is
shocked
still
that you're still...
going.
Because
I
you
don't know
go
how
in
much
and
longer, but
you
it's
go
still
in,
there.
you look at stuff, and then a lot of times you're just like, all right, I'm going to get it online.
Yeah, if they're not wholesaling, I don't know how they're in business. I don't know how they're in business. Yeah, I don't know how they're in business.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I just don't. I mean, thinking of the rent of one of the size of the properties that those
Oh,
guys
God,
have,
I
they're
know,
insane.
right?
That one in Freehold's got to be, $80,000 a month at minimum. It's got to be insane how much they charge for that thing. It's so big.
The big appeal is to get the rock wall in there. You're like, I got a climbing gym. What do I need a rock wall for in my sporting?
gravity
And who's
vault.
going? Let's
There's
go.
literally gravity vault.
Let's
Brick
go
Plaza
there
to
and
go to.
try the rock wall. No one's really doing that, right? Unless the kid.
It was
the kids are the
gimmicky and like
employees.
when it first opened, way back.
Yeah, I guess so. I never really paid attention to it, but they're definitely moving out of that location. And I don't know if the new location's smaller, but it's going to be in the mall, so they're going to have better traffic where people don't have to leave.
Well,
the
malls
mall
are
and
starting to
go.
die out too. Except
Yeah.
that American Dream Mall in New Jersey. That one.
That place is crazy.
It's a theme park too. It's
Oh,
got
we
the
know.
indoor. It's got the indoor skiing.
Rob's going. Yeah, Rob's going to go.
I had a friend that was
I
just there
told
to
Nicole
indoor
to go.
skiing.
She didn't. She's like, oh, I really don't want to do that. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm like, you pay $75, you get an hour of skiing indoors. Like, go for it.
Yeah, what more could
So,
you want? You
yeah.
go in the summertime for crying out loud.
Oh,
That's
it's
what I'm
cool.
saying.
We went there just to walk around that place and check it out. They have the amusement park or the water park.
The Nickelodeon amusement park. And they got
Yeah.
the water park. Yeah. Oh yeah.
We
And
went
they have
there when we
multiple
needed to buy
miniature golf
things.
places inside.
Yeah.
They have two or three different miniature golf places.
I'm
There's a
sure
lot
it's
to do
cool.
in
There's
there.
a lot. I mean, we walked there during a football game
Say,
once.
we went there out of an emergency.
We didn't really. We
Oh,
didn't,
that's where
but we
were.
didn't.
was
We
where we
didn't
went.
really explore.
We didn't
went
explore,
to one
no.
little section and we're like, nah, they don't have what we need. We're out.
No, that place is
So-
it's
And then
definitely
we went
worth
back.
the trip. It's definitely worth the trip. It's something I'm considering because two of my cousins from Italy are now talking about coming to visit. Woo! One in the end of November and one in January. There you go. So it'll be really cool to see them come out. I have not seen since she was an infant, and
How
the
old
other
is she
one
now?
came.
42, 43? Where's she at?
Yeah, no, no, early 20s.
Early 20s. She's single.
No, she's
Rob's
coming with her-
available.
She's coming with her boyfriend, and she's a
An
fitness nut.
Italian boyfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah, what else?
yeah. She's bringing the Italian with her. She's not looking to find one here. She's like, I'm good.
Do they speak it to English?
I don't know, and I'll tell you why I don't know. I haven't talked to her. It's all been email, and I don't know if she's using a translator or if she's legitimately can write. If she can type English and that's her actually doing it on her own, then I'm sure she'll be able to speak just fine. If she's using a translator, then we'll figure it out. I mean, again, my sister and I could talk enough to keep ourselves out of trouble, and then my dad's going to be in the mix too. So she'll probably stay with us for at least a week of Thanksgiving, and then
Oh, it's all Thanksgiving. I'll be over for breakfast.
come on over. Well, I don't know. So now you know Thanksgiving's not at my house anymore. It's at
Yes,
my
I
dad's
know.
again.
But I'll be there for breakfast.
So
No.
you can come over. I've never said no ever since we've started the tradition. So please come on over. I just need to see if we're gonna have it at my dad's, so she'll stay there.
Oh, so I won't be there at breakfast?
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
No Italian cousins?
You can meet her before that. Hopefully, we'll
I
have
want to
it
bring
over the
Kelsey so
weekend.
she can speak Italian.
she'll have a great time. My cousin.
What'd you say?
Why? That'd be a lot
Why?
of
That's
fun.
your chance to practice with somebody from Italy.
And they're awesome. So you'd have a great
She's
time.
only saying that because she's lost the ability. She hasn't used it in so long.
It's okay. I've lost 90% of the ability too. She'll sound better than I would. I guarantee.
It's a good chance to practice, Kels.
And again, so it's a shame she is bringing a boyfriend, Steve.
What?
Steven.
What?
Ignore, don't listen to him. I said
He's literally holding the microphone up to it.
It's a shame she is bringing a boyfriend because she's a fitness nut. So there you go.
Oh well.
So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun fall going into winter season.
We're just coming so fast.
Yes,
So
it
fast.
is.
We
And
were just wrapping up. We did our last. So we do every Friday morning. We do the Goddard School like daycare. We do like an hour there. And today was our last one because next week's the last
Start
week.
school.
Next week's it. It's the last week of summer. Next week, Labor Day. Boom.
Now again, if you leave the Northeast, people are already in school.
Oh yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah. Exactly.
We're the latest start. We're like a month after everybody else. But we also get out a month later. That wasn't the right one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
it's okay.
There's an all one in there.
Oh, there's another.
Nope, that's not
No. No.
That one.
Yeah, it's no, the green. There it is.
Did he go back to the red? Did you forget 2 seconds ago what the red one was?
Oh my God.
All right, folks.
Yeah.
We're gonna master this machine by next time.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
We'll have to get a laptop. with
Labor
some
Day
more
next
effects.
weekend. Although I did almost want to murder somebody
Labor
on my
Day's
drive
next,
to the
isn't it?
Goddard School.
Okay.
Labor Day's next week. Well,
wow.
no, Labor Day weekend's next weekend, and then
Yeah.
the Monday. Yeah.
So what happened? Drive over. What
Oh
happened?
no, because it's empty road. Nobody's there.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm stopped at a light before the intersection, and it's just me and a guy behind me.
Mm-hmm.
The light turns green.
Got it.
Beep.
Yes.
There's an ambulance coming on the road that intersects our road.
Gotta wait.
And he's moving, like cars are getting out of the way.
Yep.
So I see the ambulance because he's only passing one other car before he hits the intersection.
You just wait.
So I didn't go because he's going to go through, and he's got the full blown lights, sirens,
Sirens
the
going, yeah.
woo, and cars are getting out of his way, and he's hauling. So I don't go. This guy lays on his horn, lays on it, and I'm like, I'm pointing. I'm like, ambulance. So he dips around me, whoosh, speeds through the intersection, cuts right in front of the ambulance.
I think he meant you were trying to point to tell him to go around you.
No, I was very
might
clear.
have
I was
been.
like, lights. I was like shaking my hand like lights.
He might
So
have
he
been-
dipped
might have
around
still
me,
done that
cut the
anyways.
ambulance off, like right in front of the ambulance, and let him go. I was like, what the?
That's ridiculous. And then, did you give him an earful or you just? Let
I
him
caught
do
up
it?
to him at the next light, and I was like staring at him. I was like,
Like there's an
You know,
ambulance.
kids,
right there, man.
kids, shield your ears.
So-
the window was down. I was like, what is your problem? There was an ambulance. And he's like, "Buh." It's like,
So speaking
Ooh.
of people that act out of character, I
Ooh.
was selling this story a little bit before. So I went to Collingswood Flea Market with
the
some
flea
friends.
market.
Yes.
I love the
Hey,
flea market.
flea
when I was a
We
youth,
like to go.
when I was a youth,
Youth.
we used to go.
With the youth.
Yeah. Nobody heard that, so
We're not even gonna mention what it comment
yeah.
was.
Exactly. Back to
to
your
you.
story. Back to your story.
I love this thing.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Back
So
to your
Kelsey
story.
just tried to insult
And then
me.
I'll tell you my Collingswood story. Go, your story. What were you saying? You
So my
forgot?
buddy Scott and I that I got my black belt with,
Yeah.
we used to go to that flea market. His dad would take us on the weekends. We would get ninja stars,
Yeah.
blow guns,
Oh, anything you can get.
anything. You,
can
you,
anything.
you get samurai swords, all sorts of cool stuff.
So we went, and I think it was supposed to rain and didn't. So a lot of the stands outside didn't show up. There was like not even a
Because they
third
have
of
the
them.
indoor building. So if you haven't been to that
Yes.
flea market, there's the indoor building, which also had comic books back in the day too. I don't know if they
So
still do.
We're gonna get to that.
Oh, okay.
This is where the story
And then
happens.
so they still do. And then the outside would be like tables. People put stuff out there.
And you've random. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, no.
exactly. So we do the outside tour. There wasn't a lot of stuff there. We
And
ended
there's
up
a big
going
pickle bar there,
inside.
too.
That was inside. That's great.
Big pickle bar
Yes,
inside.
yes,
Yeah.
big pickle bar. We go inside. We're looking at all the cool stuff, and we happen to be in a back corner area where there is comics and old, really, 80s toys,
Yeah.
90s toys, and I'm there with some friends, and all of a sudden, So tell me your reaction, right? Everything's open.
Yep.
And they have a section where there's comics in the package with the cardboard behind it.
Yeah, boards and bags.
But it's
Boards
open.
and bags.
Yeah, it's open.
Yep. Bags and boards.
Kids looking at it, goes to put it back and misses the back, so it slides down the back and falls on the floor.
Oh no.
Yep. But it's not in like an enclosed case or anything. It's just itself. To be honest, me and my friends, we had all of our comics individually wrapped. So, with the boards.
It was still in board and back.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Who cares? It's in a board and back.
So
Board and bag.
I'm not in that section. I'm with some of the kids and another person in another section. All of a sudden, I hear some conversation louder than normal, and my friend that I'm with is now walking towards the entrance/exit of this thing, saying, "Hey, we're sorry. Well, we'll go. We didn't mean to. Whatever." And the worker there, whether it's the owner or whatever it is kind of like laying it on thick. Like, you drop this, and next time if because you can't handle it, let me know. I'll get it myself. Don't touch any of this stuff. And remember, it's in an open scenario.
It's a
not
flea
like behind
market,
lock
buddy.
and key.
It's a flea market, buddy.
And getting loud, and then like the further my friend is distancing in an effort to be polite, the louder this person. He's getting braver as they walk away.
And that's got to trigger you, because I'm the same type where I'm going to be like, I'm going to jump in here.
So he's there where your bag is and doesn't know that this guy's here with other people.
Yeah.
So as he's
God.
now berating my friend, he uses a curse word. Now, there are kids here.
Oh.
So now I'm like, okay,
That's
now
it.
It's no longer a conversation.
This is
Nick
no.
to the rescue.
Sure. So I just step out into the alley area, the aisle, and turn around, and I said, "You're done talking now." I said, "I'm not sure what you think you're doing." He dropped my comic. I said, "It's a kid. It's an open comic area. It wasn't a throne on the ground. They
Yeah.
were trying to play." I said, "I don't even need to know. You're owner, manager, operator, whatever it is you are of this place, yes?" "No, but you don't understand it." I said, I understand that you're acting out of character, and the person tried to apologize even leaving your store. We're done. The conversation's over.
The problem is
And
done.
Now I'm down 40. I'm down a possible $40. I'm like, pick up the magazine. I'll pick it up and put it back. So he now is somewhat irate, but not as much because I'm right in front of him. And he's trying to talk over my shoulder, but won't look at me. So now I'm at the end of the day, I'm like, I end up also using an adult word. And I said, "You are being this." And the conversation is finished now. Like, you're done talking. I'm done listening to you. We're going to go because I don't want this to escalate further. Do me a favor. Just stay here, because that's a good bet for you, right? You stay there while we leave.
Yep.
Don't follow me out of the store. It's not going to go well. And he definitely does not follow us outside of the store, and he stops talking. We leave. My one friend ends up later on going back in the store just to see. Guy's not there. And the comic's right back where it was.
Yeah, of course.
It's like,
Congratulations.
you had to do, and now my friend regularly visits this place and does purchase. And the gentleman meant this. He said, "Oh, I've been here for 10 years." I was like, "That's great that you had a 10-year run that ends now." I was done. I got so finished, and I could have gotten. My job there was de-escalate. You stop what you're doing. You stop what you're doing.
Yeah.
Let's all just leave. But it was tough. And there's a lot of people out there like, hey, calmer heads prevail, especially amongst your customers. There are real issues that people will cause you out there. When someone makes a mistake in your business, like, do me a favor, be smart about it.
Especially if you're dealing with like kids
and you're at a flea market. There was 100 people there. That's not a lot.
No.
It was dead. I'm like, we're probably one of 20 people you're going to see all day because this place is empty right now. And you have one of them, the one you're yelling at, is a regular buyer here.
Yep.
Like you're being unbelievably ignorant. And then I was getting ready to go into name calling and childness, but that's for another conversation. And I didn't have to go there.
When somebody gets heated and yells like that, it's like, you are not calculating out you don't know who you're
Well, that's what my
yelling
friend
at.
said. My friend's like,
Yeah, like what happens if
well,
I
here's
am
the thing.
much?
So I'm
What happens if I'm
I'm
much shorter
trained, and this
tempered than I
person
do?
wasn't well in the range of not even getting very hurt.
Yeah, yeah.
And then another person I was with was also trained in
Yep.
jiu-jitsu. And then our juniors, not that they were trained, that they're trained, yes, but I'm saying they could get themselves out of the way if they needed to,
Yeah.
as things are happening.
But it's
and
like
then my other friend was just not trained, but the guy can hit, so I wasn't afraid about it.
But you just don't know who you're
you never know
yelling
you're
at,
dealing
and you're
with.
yelling at a party of at least 3 full-grown men, and you're one person. Like you are not using common sense. Common sense would dictate. Don't engage in that,
Nope.
and certainly don't yell.
And
Like,
especially if they're not being malicious. Like his first reaction was, "I am so sorry, we didn't mean it." Like that was the reaction, and then you're gonna jump on top of them with that's their reaction is it was an honest mistake. And I get it if it was something in a glass case, if it was something worth a lot of valuable. I get all that. It was, as you had said, right, a carbon backed comic.
Yeah.
Fell down. He picked it up. No
Listen,
damage to the comic
listen,
whatsoever.
comic book guy. He's the
Get
comic book
outta
guy
here.
from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey.
Dude, he
And
Pretty
like,
close.
and like, I'm a comic book fan. I collect the
too.
comic
I have
books
them.
almost my entire life.
Yep.
Like,
Me too.
stop it. Stop. And honest to God, most comic books aren't worth that much these days.
And it wasn't some special limited edition nothing.
Yeah.
It was just in the wrapping, and this guy just had something going on that day and decided
wanted
to
to
take
lash
it out of
out,
the wrong
yeah.
time and wasn't in the good spot to do it. Because I'm most likely going to go there again and take a visit.
Just to see if you see him
Absolutely.
and be like, yo, remember me?
How's that $40 comic doing? You know what it is? If it was any other day or any other group, that losing $40, which you didn't, would have been the least of his issues, right?
Yeah.
You could have had someone, this whole place is going to be upside down. And
Oh
you know
my
what
God!
I mean?
There's some people out there that would like you yell at them, they're gonna escalate, which
Yeah.
goes back to that Jesse Enkamp video with Henry Gracie, who was talking about that, how like
It was part of the story, a conversation.
he was talking about men. Is like you have to give men permission not to escalate because most men feel like if you yell at them, then they have to escalate
Right, exactly. They need to match
to
that
that
energy.
level or
Yeah.
further.
Or higher, yeah. It's a defense mechanism, a pride.
And that's
all
one of the
that.
best things he said. I can choose to be calmer because I know at the end of the day, I'll strangle you. You know what I mean? Like
I hate
and
to say,
that's-
but that was like my feeling is like you're not gonna walk out of here comfortably, so I'm gonna relax.
Yep.
We're gonna stop.
Yeah.
Like this is not going to be a good thing for anybody. And then my friend, everyone was laughing when we left. They're like, "You were the voice of reason, the one person that didn't have to be the voice of reason." I'm like, "Yes, I did."
Like,
So that's the
point.
reason you have to be the voice of
that's
reason.
one of the. That's another reason. That's another part of being a black belt is knowing that you don't need to use the moves.
Man, there's so much that could go wrong too.
Yeah, it's also
especially- I
true.
mean,
Here's the thing: there were other clients there, and they felt uncomfortable. They didn't know what to do. I'm like, this is not just affecting this immediate transaction that never ended up happening, but you're affecting the other people. The
Oh,
other
yeah.
3 people that are in
I
here.
would leave the store. I would be like, I'm out. And
what's-
that guy would be.
And one of the things he had said to me, it's like,
Wait,
he's not
wrong
going
one.
to
Oh,
buy
that's the
anything
wrong one.
anyway.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it was.
And that was one
Yeah.
of the things he's like, oh, he wasn't going to buy anything anyway. I said, he's a regular shopper here. So it shows how
He
much
comes here all the
attention you're
time.
paying
Yeah.
to the clients walking in if you really have anything to do with this business. Right? Because he's a regular visitor of this place, and they buy here. So I've seen this stuff. So I know they buy from me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, people, like your car guy. They don't know what
They're
they're
out
doing.
there.
They don't know what they're doing.
They're out
But
there.
pretty soon, my patience is growing every day. Sometimes. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Remain the bigger person because
Remain
things
calm,
are,
everybody.
already tough out there. So it's good.
This is true.
I like it. So it was but other than that, good week. We're wrapping up the summer fun before school
Doing
starts. as you
anything big
said.
for summer?
Not big, but we have a couple of nice smaller events that we're
Yeah.
doing. The amusement parks.
Got a Labor Day
family.
like BBQ or doing anything special there?
Oh yes.
I think we have some friends
Is that
visiting
an oh
us.
yes from you?
Yes.
Oh, what do you got? Tell
That's
us.
what I just said.
Tell us. What do you got going?
Oh, just a barbecue, like you were saying.
Family over?
That's the wrong
Yeah, we
one.
didn't know. No, it's the right one because we
That's
didn't
the
know.
right one.
Did you see your invite?
No.
I
Did
didn't
you
see my
see?
invite. No.
Because it's just our family.
We're not
Open up
family?
Thank you.
Oh, you son of a...
Seriously. That's a big party foul.
No. I mean, like, we're not inviting anybody else over.
So you're not invited.
Just main family.
I live there.
Just
That doesn't
main
mean you're
family.
invited.
I'm invited.
We're doing like Kelsey's has
I'm the one
friends.
making most of the food, man.
Kelsey's friends got married. And now they're doing like so they did like a small thing. They live in DC, I think, but they're going to like 3 different states where their friends live. So like this Sunday we have to go visit them. So that'll be this Sunday, and then
Nice.
I don't really remember what we're doing for Labor. Oh, I know what we're doing for Labor Day. Declan
What?
has his first race the day before Labor Day.
Nice.
No, Labor Day weekend.
No, that's you
Sorry,
said the 30th,
Labor Day
right?
weekend. So the 30th,
And explain the kids' race.
which is my anniversary too.
Ooh.
Big weekend. Wow. How many years?
4,
Wow.
8 years
See?
together, 4 years married.
Nice. Couple more years will catch up to me. Never. Nice.
Well, you were dating Nicole from the womb, so I don't think that's
That's where you get them.
don't think that's gonna work.
To be fair, she was older than me. So. Right answer.
We so that was gonna be in like a kids race. It's like a diaper dash. He'll do
The
his
diaper,
little.
I love
He'll
that.
do like a little thing.
I love that too. The diaper
And then
dash.
the
That's
next
name.
day, so it's the Belmar.
We should host a diaper dash at the karate school, like from one side of the mat to the other. All the little ones.
So then the next day, Kelsey and I are running the Belmar 5. It's a 5-miler. So Declan does his race that Friday, and then that Saturday, same place. It's the same, Belmar, the 5.
Okay.
And then we'll do 5 miles that day.
Oh, cool. Wow. So you have a very busy athletic weekend.
Yeah, and then, that's just Friday and Saturday. And then that Sunday and Monday, I don't think we really have anything planned.
Going to your parents or nothing set up? Or her
Probably
parents?
going to my parents. So my parents are on a cruise right now.
Ooh.
That's why we haven't done anything in the kitchen. So
Where are they?
Nice.
You know?
they're
Where the cruise going?
well, it came out of Florida. I think it's going to the Bahamas. I'm not really
Nice.
sure.
Serious? I'm sure that's what they're saying.
But
Drink
not
package and
not the first day of the trip, not the flight.
What happened? What happened?
They got caught. So they flew into Fort Lauderdale.
That's the flight sound. They've just arrived in Fort Lauderdale on their wrapping spaceship.
They're wrapping space.
No, so what happens is so they're supposed to fly into Fort Lauderdale, but there's inclement weather. So as they're going around Fort Lauderdale, they did the circle, the runway, and then it's not happening. So they got to fly to West Palm. So they
Okay.
land at West Palm.
Okay.
Now
Now you
I
gotta
don't
get
know
a
if you ever
ride.
I don't know if you ever been on a plane where they make you land there.
Where they
You
make you
stay
land?
where they make you land someplace else.
Yeah, most of
while
the
you're
planes I've
waiting.
been on, they-
while you're
Layover, right?
waiting.
That's what it's called?
Yeah,
No,
layover.
it's not a layover. Layover is like you have a layover if you have a connecting flight.
Yeah.
No, this is because there's inclement weather.
Okay.
So
I've had it where
they
they turned around and landed back at the
So
original
they land at
airport.
they land at
That
West
sounds
Palm.
like it's awful.
It is.
Then they have to sit on the tarmac in the plane, waiting for the weather to clear at Fort Lauderdale,
Ugh.
and they refuel the plane.
That's good.
So
Now what?
they're
3
on
hours,
the
2 hours?
they're on the for like an hour and change. They're on the plane,
Yep.
and then they get the clearance to take off. But then they can't take off because now the weather has moved to West Palm,
That's on top of them.
so it's on top of this. So now they're stuck like another hour. Again, not in the airport. They didn't disembark.
No, they're on the plane the whole time.
They're on the
and
plane
it's a
the
short
whole
flight, so
time.
no food, none of that.
Right.
nonsense.
So they're stuck on the plane for like another hour and change before they can. And Fort Lauderdale and West Palm is not that far from each
No,
other.
it's like an
so
hour
then
flight.
they finally, after like 2.5 hours sitting in the plane, they get to Fort Lauderdale.
I wondered, did they offer them
But-
any credits or anything?
I don't think so, but they're the boat they're on, the cruise. They're testing this cruise out because
Is it Royal Caribbean or?
they might want to take us on a cruise once Dominic graduates high school.
Yes. Awesome.
Let's see.
Like, will you try
I
with
don't
the
know
company?
I don't know which one they're on, but that's the room.
It's a nice room.
I'll
Yeah,
blow it
that's a
up.
big room. For just the two of them? Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, not bad.
Yep.
I've never actually done the cruise route. I know you've done cruises, but
And we got more on the horizon. Yes, sir. Woohoo, for real. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're cruise fans. We like them. It's if you like all-inclusive experiences, this is that mixed with you get to visit certain locations, so you get to get off the plane, visit certain locations,
off the plane.
enjoy the boat. Sorry. Blah, 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 blah. And here's the thing: if you don't want to get off at a certain location, you stay on the boat, and it's actually nice because everyone mostly will get off, and now you have the entire plane, the boat to yourself. You have the plane again.
He said plane
You know what?
again.
'Cause I had that flight in my head. I have that flight in my head about your dad. So
Just don't get off on the wing. Like, you're like,
just don't
I'm
get
going
right off.
above deck. Oh!
no, too early. Because we usually leave out of Bayonne, so we don't.
Bayonne?
Fly, yep. So we don't fly to a location to get the cruise.
Right.
But I like them. The one I haven't done yet. So we're looking for. I think we talked about this. Is E316? We want
Yeah.
to do a Euro trip.
Yeah,
We talked
yeah.
about that.
Yes.
And I think I want to do an Alaska one. Nicole did one and said it was great.
Alaska's cool. My
So-
sister, I think I told you, my sister ran her first marathon there.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Yep, that would be something I would mind doing. So you have never done a cruise,
No.
Steve?
Nope.
Yeah, you guys should try it out. You should.
Well, you see, sir, I need this thing called money.
Yeah,
I don't
time.
have it. And time as well, too.
Time.
Time is
Yeah,
hard,
you
too.
plan it out.
Time is probably more so than the money.
Both. This is you getting money and then making time. You are rewinding time. You're using the time stone, and cash,
Okay. Well,
and you can do it.
Think about every time to kick this crock.
All those sounds mean you can do it.
Yeah.
Let's kick this crock in the comfort bowl.
Yeah.
I would say listen. He's getting
Nobody
fussy.
wants to end
He's
it.
getting fussy. We need to go to bed now. He's getting fussy.
No, when he starts sporadically just playing with anything, it's
Yeah,
he's
that's
done.
when it's time. That's when it's time.
If you haven't already, like and
Yes.
subscribe
I'm on my way.
and click
Yes,
that
go.
thing down there. Because I see people do that on YouTube videos. So click that right there.
Did we point in the right direction? Is that
I
it?
don't think there's
Or
anything
ring the
there.
bell.
Put something
or-
there. Put something there.
There's nothing there.
Subscribe there. Point again. Subscribe in this.
Touch this,
area.
touch that. Let's
Wait,
go.
Wait, hang on. No,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because I know
Tap.
that YouTube does have a little watermark subscribe thing. So I think it is in this corner. It is in this corner.
Oh, we pointed the wrong way. Everyone
you
point
did.
that way.
You
Everyone
did.
point
You
to
pointed this
Steve.
way. You pointed
Point to
this way.
Steve.
Yeah, it's
there
this
you go.
corner.
That way.
This corner right here.
This way.
Anyways, yeah. So if you haven't already, please make sure that you follow us on Instagram and on TikTok.
Keep going. Keep going.
Oh,
Break it down,
I was
Steve.
gonna let him do the sounds between. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
No, talk, but break it down.
Okay, here we go. Gotta follow us on Instagram at Kickin and Crocs. KICKIN.Crocs.
CROCS.
The best. What?
Subscribe to us on YouTube to watch the video versions of this podcast. Comment below if you have any opinions or stories that you would like to share with us. We love to hear them. We will read them. So please give us some comments. Help us in the algorithms, please. And if you're listening on audio only, then you should give us
5 stars or as many stars as possible. And again, we're running out of barbecues. So hopefully you've used this as an opportunity to catch up on all your episodes at the barbecues. And subscribers, share with your friends, have them subscribe. And we love it.
That was not as fun.
That was not as fun.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
We love you from the bottom of our Crocs.
Until next time, I've been Steve.
Always Dave.
Still, Nick.
And you stay kicking internet.
Interesting people while styling while we run. It's kicking in Crocs. We're kicking in Crocs.